Okay. Another night. Press record. Let's see what the divine has for us tonight. A great reward. He said, put the cards. Okay, listen. How y'all doing? Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Transformation needed, so transformation needed, so I choose to be guided. How y'all doing? Yes, come on in. Listen now or later, whatever it is. If the word is for you, I want you to take what resonate and leave the rest for someone else to marinate on it. Remember, on this page, first of all, welcome to my beautiful subscribers, and welcome if you're new, and welcome back. Welcome back if you are returning. Listen. I don't care what it is that you're doing. When the divine says go, you better go. You better go. Listen, Linda. The whole vision that I was given about us being on track in a car wash, on track, right where you're supposed to be, and being guided to put it in neutral, to reflect. And this journey is the period of reflection. But what I had seen for us was being on that track. Now listen, you guys have been in reflection. You've been in reflection. Being on track, being guided to put it in neutral, you knowing that you putting it in neutral when you are at that car wash, you know good and well, you better not put your foot on the gas. You bet not, as your mother used to say, you bet not, all right? Put your foot even on the brake. You can't turn the wheel this way or that way. Else you can not only destroy and cause damage to your car, you can also damage the process. I was talking to someone about this, and as I'm guided, I'll share this. And this person happened to be someone who owned a car wash, and they said that when I asked him, thinking I would get a different answer, when I said to him, what would happen if you put your foot on that gas, or you put your foot on the brake, or turn that wheel? See, I was thinking that you're going to damage the vehicle. But what he responded, because at the time I didn't realize that he owned a car wash, he said, oh man, you don't understand the damage that it will do to the process itself. Whoo, man. I don't know if y'all heard what I just said. The damage that will be done to the process if you did not embrace the flow. If you did not embrace the neutral. If you did not embrace the neutral that they tell you when you start and get on track to get that car washed, to get that car cleaned, then you yourself would cause damage not only to the vessel that you ride, the vehicle that you ride in, because it's the vessel that we are riding in and enjoying this game of life in, but not only to that, but also to the process itself in the way it operates. That part right there. Listen. This whole neutral process, this whole reflection, Spirit is guiding me to share a dream that I had the other night with you all. The last message was you gotta cut it. You gotta cut it. Congratulations to those of you who did. And it's because it's a high. It's a high. Wow. It's a command. You know who you are, because as a pioneer, there's certain things that it cannot be compromised. It was cut it. And in the way in which this mandate of cutting, now you got your own choice, but baby, for your own peace, I mean, I'm just saying, and not that it's, I mean, it's just, hey, for the soul, because it will cause your soul to be restless in the lane that you may feel comfortable in, or may cause or allow yourself to get in as a result of this process of reflection. So as the process of reflection, you're allowing your emotions, you're getting back into the emotions of the past. And if you would linger too long in the emotions of the past, you'll be inviting energies into the new era that you currently are in. You're in a whole new world at this moment. You're not who you used to be. We've already talked about that. You're not who I'm talking to. This is not for everybody. So grab hold of it. But this is something that we all are being called to. But we all have different stages in the game. So it's not that you're being left out if this is not where you are. It just means you're just not there yet. Okay? Because when you choose to let self go and really go through the death of the ego, mind you, that is the only death. The only death that we experience in this game of life, really a death, like it's gone. Like, where is it? Where did it go? Is the ego. Because when we talk about the other aspect of us, which is the aspect of us, the primary focus of us as spirit, soul, you ain't going nowhere. Okay? That's not going anywhere for those who are pure souls. So, listen, this dream that I had, and in the reflection, I mean, I realized the other day, yet again, my mother died, my mother transcended in 2020, February 2020. And in that experience, there were some things that took place during the passing in terms of the ceremonies and things that I had to deal with family, right? And those who are chosen, you know exactly what I'm talking about, with family. And it was very hurtful. So I had gone through the process of the pain of what I experienced because of my understanding of death. The pain of what I had gone through with my family was almost more painful than the passing in a way, because I understand that you don't die. So my perspective of death is different. In this process, I was so hurt. I was really seeing the pain that had been caused by those external of me, right? So that was where I was. I received an apology a couple of years later, and I received it well. During the process, I was good. You know how it is when you good. Good. If we never, ever communicate again, that's where it was. And I'm not one to be like that. So it's very serious. In this moment of reflection, I'm guided to go through something. I was looking on something, and I'm going to tell you guys about the dream. I was looking back on something And through the scrolling, I'm led back to that day. I should say I ended up on that day where I'm seeing some pictures and some things. And there were some beauties that as a result of the pain, I never saw it. I never even paid attention to some beauties. I never paid attention to some voids and some pains that I probably was instrumental in causing to others, namely my child, one of my children. I felt the energy of distance. I felt the energy of absence. I'm taken back, and I'm starting to see some things that I never saw in that moment. As a result of me taking time to reflect. Yes, I've overcome a whole lot. I overcame the pain. There's been forgiveness and etc. But in the time of reflection, there were some things that were very beautiful that I never saw. Couldn't even see it. So in that moment, I had an opportunity to take advantage of holding on to some peace, grabbing some peace, taking the nugget that I'm getting from that moment, choosing to do things a little differently in the future with those who are still in the game, right? Called life. And still being in a position where I'm not going back. I'm not going to allow myself to marinate in something that is going to take me back mentally or emotionally, cause me any type of unnecessary pain. There is a difference. Some pains you need to go through. I caused myself on my last breakup to sit in it. God said in order to heal, you will need to go deeper into the pain. In fact, the details of the betrayal, the details of the things that I had gone through, the divine showed me, confirmed it, and hey, I would be in meditation. I'm thinking, hello, we're supposed to be having peace here, okay? But I sat at that kitchen table and I said, as a result of seeing what happens to us when we choose to not deal with the pain, the way that grows inside of us to the point where in which it transforms even the way we see ourselves, the way we respond, the way we react to others, and most importantly, to ourselves. I decided not to do that for myself. I decided to love myself enough, remembering what the divine said, in order to heal, you will have to go deeper into the pain. I allowed for the first time. See, I've shared that story. I never cried. I broke up with somebody. What we talking about? Let's chop. I've always been mission driven. So I'm like, hey, you know why though? I had to admit this in the moment of reflection back then. Why was that? And that was because I decided I had cried all through the relationship. I cried so much through the relationship, hell, by the time it was over, I was done. I was all cried out, okay? So that was my story. But I allowed myself to go through the pain so that I can heal. And even as I was being caressed through this process, romantically on this romantic excursion with the divine, as I describe it, oh my God. God showed me how true love really is. And it came as a result of me being willing to be free in my authenticity and in allowing myself not to be stuck in the way I saw things before, but understanding that And it was due to the relatability of the circumstance. As God said, what did God tell? For those of you who listen all the time, you know. The divine was, I was gaslit centuries ago. I'm nothing like they said I am. Because I had been gaslit by a community that I loved so much, I understood that. And it was very personal to me. I'm like, oh my God. Someone asked me the other week, they said, well, then, if that's the case, then why didn't God say something a long time ago? And divine said to me, reminded me of the time that the divine said to me, don't cast your pearls on the swine. Meaning when it is done when they stop. If they're not, don't let your wisdom be cast on those who won't receive it. Don't waste your time on that. It's not that you're letting them go. Hand it over to your spirit team. Hand it over to the divine source energy, i.e. God. That's what we're doing here. In this reflection, the spirit, I've been having dreams. I know you've been having these dreams. You've been having very detailed dreams. And it's not pizza that's making you have the dreams. It's not what you ate that's making you have the dreams. We talked about it, but I'll invite you to this again. I want you to look up details. It could be small details of the dream. Maybe you were standing in the middle of the street. Think about that. But before you do, ask for the divine to show you. Show me what this dream is. Follow the energy that you felt after the dream. What did you feel like when you woke up? I invite you to Auntie Flo, AUNTYFLO. I invite you to her. You can look up some things and she'll come up in the search engine as well. That's very good. She's very good. And somebody that, in conjunction with what the spirit is showing me about it, it's a great confirmation piece, and it's great resource because she's had 20 plus years in dream research and counseling people, etc. I've just been dissecting my own dreams. Okay, so, and others. Some people know that I that's a gift of mine. But anyhow, these dreams. I had a dream the other night where I was attacked, or I should say, there were a group of cats hissing at me. And I was backed up in a corner. I was backed up in the corner, and at the same time I was backed up in the corner, I couldn't go out the door that was available to me, that I was backed up to a door. I couldn't open the door, and somehow I didn't want them to catch the cat that was behind the door that I was backed up to. So, when I woke up though, this was on the night that the message for us that evening was, you need to cut it. Whoever this message is for, this is a continuous. You need to cut it, right? There are some people, first of all, that has a lot to do with the power, your intuition. And what I got from that was there have been some blockages that you've been feeling intuitively, etc. And largely because there are people that have been around in your circle that have not fared what you've been doing. Honestly, they don't like what you're doing. They're jealous of it. Whether they're jealous of it, some of them don't even know why they're jealous. They're just feeling like, I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? I don't like what you're doing. I don't care about what you're doing. But and hey, you know what the energy is. You don't have to talk about it. It just is what it is. But you can't argue with someone who is in that energy. What are you? They don't understand you, and don't cast your pearls on swine. Don't cast your pearls on the swine. So the cats were attacking. They were trying to. They didn't even try to attack me because it was like they couldn't touch me, but they had me backed up. And so the spirit was showing me this before we had some dreams where it was showing what had happened in the journey. In this particular dream, this was showing emotionally what you have felt like. You have felt like your mind. You've been psychologically attacked. You've been, when I tell you, people have come at you on all different levels, but guess what? In this reflection time, it is still very important for you to pay attention who you have in your circle. Who's in your room? Who's in your room that has you back, feeling like you are backed up against the door that was orchestrated for you to walk through? It's already there. It's already there. And they can't touch you because the hissing, that's usually it's the cat that's feeling a little, they're afraid of you. They're afraid of your power. They're afraid of it. So they're backing up because something is making them feel uncomfortable. Someone in your circle, they're feeling uncomfortable of your intuition, of your purpose, of your direction. Yeah. And I think you know who they are. But that middle of that night, I woke up to me calling out somebody's name who had betrayed me in the past. Because it's important for us to ask, what energy do I need to be cutting the cord with? You got to let somebody go so that they can go through what they need to go through, right? So that they can grow. It's not for you to hold on to that. It's not for you to go back. You're not to go back so that you can get caught up in the sauce. It's not for that. It's for you to reflect, be grateful for how far you've come and how much you have grown spiritually. Realize that it may feel like you're backed up to a corner because there's been a lot of hissing your way. Hissing. Look up hissing. Look up a hissing cat. Why does a cat hiss? Study to show yourself approved. Look up why does a cat hiss, and I want you to, there's a message in that for you. There's some type of revelation that is there for you. Why does a cat hiss? I was backed up to the door and was protecting. You've been doing what is necessary to protect your intuition, to protect your energy, to protect your purity. That's what it is. To protect your purity, to protect what you have grown into, who you've become. And nothing can touch you. Nothing can touch you. Nothing can touch you. It cannot. The psychological, whatever it is, because you've been going through a lot. That's a part of your reflection. That's a part of your gratefulness. You're in the grateful zone. Okay? How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yes. You know, wow. This whole life thing that Divine keeps having me do is like, okay. I was going to take my clothes off and get ready actually to layer down. And I knew that there's a word here for someone. But it's important for you to know that you are not, you're not trapped. That's in your mind. Not now. You had divine been moving you and shaking you and directing you in a very specific way. This entire journey. Been holding you, carrying you. You know? Divine you've been shielded. Because you're doing something so great. You're doing something so great. So awesome. The world is going to hear. The world is going to hear it. You know, these eyelashes, just don't even worry about it. Stay focused. I know they're all over the place. Don't worry about it. I'm just going to sit here for a second. Let me pull the card. Let me see something. Oh, wow. What was this? Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I forgot I had pulled these cards the other day. I'm going to do something. Let's just play a little game while I'm sitting here. The Fool was first thing on the top. Spirit said pull a card. How y'all doing tonight, though? Y'all good? I'm good. I'm tired. A little bit tired tonight, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay. Yeah. Congratulations to you who cut it. It took a lot of strength and courage for you to do what you did. But what you did saved your life. Yeah, it saved your life. You are so amazing. You really are. You're just beautiful. Just as beautiful, handsome as you are, beautiful as you are. You are. I had already pulled these. I don't remember when. The Spirit said, get the cards. And then I looked at them. I'm like, wow, yeah, because this was something that I was just throwing some cards out one day. And they, sometimes I'll do that just to see what's out there, what energy is going to come out. And I did that. And these came out, and I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. I told you, I'm not a card scholar. I don't know. I follow what the Spirit says, and how they come out, they come out. So what I'm going to do, as we're sitting here, let's see what's happening. Yeah. Said I love you. Look at that playing in the background. Thinking of you. Okay, Spirit say flip them. Oh, wow. You got the Hierophant, the Empress, and Pleasure. Ooh. Love in the afternoon. Is that what we talking about, though? Oh, wow. Let's see. Ooh, something telling me. Yeah. Oh, man. Baby, come to me. And I love you. Thinking of you. Baby, come to me. I love it. You know, I like doing this. I really do. Let's see what's happening. Spirit said take one off the top, flip it over on the second one. Whoa. You are a sweetie. You are amazing. You beautiful empress, the real empress. And let's understand, some empresses don't be worried about what other people doing, and they don't come for people. They're not even thinking about that. They're really pure love. They're really pure love. Love, love. Okay? That's what an empress is. Your love, and you are a giver. You're just amazing. Huge heart. Wealth is coming your way. And you understand what to do with the wealth. You understand that this wealth that is coming into your life is definitely for you to live life to the full and serve. But this wealth that is coming into your life, you are going to do right by it. You are going to do your calling, what the divine has called you to do. So that's what you're doing. Okay? So I say that one on the first one. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so you've learned some, you've done a lot of work on something. And it has a lot to do with the indoctrination. I don't know, it's a spiritual. You've worked hard on it. You've been receiving downloads. You've been receiving a lot of prophetic words. And as a result of those prophetic words that you've been receiving, this has been the energy lately, but you're receiving these prophetic words, this knowledge. That's a male. It's a male, though. Fortune. Wow. I remember. Okay. On shuffle. Put this one here. Wow. So, Knight of Swords coming with pleasure. Okay. On top of the pleasure there. Let's see. See, I'm going to have to look this up. I got to look it up. No. Guys, I'm going to have to go. Okay. We're going to call baby back. Okay. Because I'm right in the middle of this. What's that? I'm right in the middle of this. That's my daughter. My sweetie. So we're going to cut it short. You got to cut it. We're going to cut it short. You know why? Because I got to call my baby back. And now I'm just playing around. Literally. We're playing. Uh-oh. We're going to put this here. Flip them over. And seriously talk about them. Wow. With power and dominion. You're a beautiful, loving soul. Absolutely beautiful, loving soul. But you will, what they say, they can't come for you. Don't come with no mess. When someone comes into your energy, you are watchful now. You're paying attention now to who's around you and your surroundings. You're still loving. You didn't lose your love. You're still a beautiful, loving soul and heart. You really are. You're still that. Wow. 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 I just don't even know what to say. You took the leap of faith. Right here. You took the leap of faith. Followed the divine. And as a result, look at that. Luxury. The sun. Look up these energies. Look them up. And that's, what is that? 19. That's 10, 4. We got a 5 there. We've got and gain. Fortune. And the Hierophant. Baby, when I tell you, wow, it's about to go down. It's about to go down. Let's look at this. I guess we set the stage. We got 3 and a 10. 13, that's 4. Wow. The Emperor. Wow. You got the Emperor. The Princess of Disc. Look them up. Study to show yourself approved. And what is this? Yes, everything is coming around full circle, and there is victory. Wait a minute, I gotta hide this because I'm not getting flagged. There is victory. Victory. Victory, victory shall be mine. Victory, victory, victory. Wow. 3, 6, that's 9, 10. And then the number 3 again. 3, 4. Everything is in, you are in harmony. You got the Empress and the Emperor. You are in full balance. The Empress and the Emperor. Wow. Victory. Full circle. And wealth. Remember what I said. The wealth, abundance is relative to what? It is relative to your soul's mission. That's where you got to be guided. You got to be guided. And we're in this era now where what you're going to understand is that the guidance is where the peace is, and that's the only place you're going to find it. Because everything else is not going to work out. It's time out for it taking a long time and you getting an opportunity to, kind of play around and do your little thing. You're going to find, people are going to find out very quickly that it's just not like that. And there are going to be things that people will experience just for the purpose of putting them in the position to have to grow up spiritually, to have to go to this next level spiritually. So certain things will happen that will cause you to have to grow up, to activate as spirit, not getting it twisted of this everything that man has made and us living in this ruckus that we've created. We created it though. I mean, but hey, in the process, what did we do? We learned how powerful we are. And we're really going to learn how powerful we are as we move forward to the change in it. Okay, so, I mean, it's all good. I mean, hey, what you going to do? Because it is what it is. Train is moving, baby. You don't even worry about it. Okay, so, now. Wow, I'm just saying. All right, 3, 6, 3, 6. 33 is definitely a number that somebody, first of all, it's a new chapter. A whole new chapter. Like, it doesn't even look the same, doesn't feel the same. You don't look the same. You don't feel the same. It is an entirely new chapter for you. Okay? Man. You don't have to be a star, baby, to be in my world. You don't have to be a star, baby. Here's the deal. You're the star, right? You are the star. There was a time that you didn't think you were a star because you had been beat down and you forgot who you were. You literally forgot who you were. So you didn't realize that you were a star. And what got you out of that rut was the fact that you realized and you had come into this knowing of accepting the fact that you didn't have to be a star in your mind to be in the show, to be in the game. You didn't have to be perfect. You didn't have to be the star that you thought that how you saw a star being. You didn't have to be that. Because you are what you think, in the literal sense. You see? You are what you think. You live the reality of your thoughts. You live that reality. You walk into the world that you choose to walk into, and you stay there doing what you want to do. Now, I remember walking out of a scenario in this phase in my life. Now that I've evolved, I took the opportunity to walk out of something after experiencing just enough that I needed to experience to know that I didn't need to be there. I didn't need to be in that scenario. I didn't need to fit the model that everybody wanted me to fit. I could walk out of this and be good. Stepping into the power that I knew that I had to walk into something greater. In that world, though, I also had a choice. For the time that, see, this is, let me tell you what's going on, what's an issue when it comes to people staying around in relationships and not knowing your purpose in the relationship. Staying in a relationship that feels uncomfortable, and I mean, this has nothing, not just romantic. This has to do a relationship, a situationship. It could be a job. It could be, just the way you have done things. Always, you're just doing it because somebody said that's the way you're supposed to do it. So, but while you're in the situationship, you're causing yourself to suffer karma that won't feel so good later. You're creating negative thoughts. You're staying in when you don't know why you're in a situation. That's why I always invite you guys to pray, what am I to experience in this moment now? What am I to experience in this moment now? That's important. What am I to experience in this moment now? So that you can have a revelation as to why you are in that situation. And it's something about it when you know why you are doing something. Even if it doesn't feel good, you can do it. You can still keep your same high vibration. You can still keep the same love. You can still do what is good for you in that moment. Get the nuggets you gotta get, learn what you gotta learn, and get on up out of there. But when you don't know why you are in a situation, relationship, situationship, you can put yourself in a situation where you're going and you're self-talking out loud in an adverse way, or even silently in your mind, and you're causing for yourself to be caught up in a whirlwind. You're creating a muck in this world. You, instead of just going in and getting a lesson and doing what you got to do, because you don't know why you're there, you're in there and you're causing turmoil. Not just for those around you, but for you, yourself. And internally, most importantly, there's conflict. You may end up being upset with somebody, angry at somebody. But you're angry at somebody because you have found yourself in a room that you don't understand why you're in the room, and you're not pausing for the cause. You're not, God, why am I here? What am I to experience here? That is so important. That's important for you to hold on to, for you to exercise that, for you to invite yourself to that. Okay? When you know why you are somewhere, you will come to understand the peace that passes all understanding. Just that one thing. Just like in this world, if I knew why I was here, what I mean, people left sad, left from this plane sad because they didn't know why they even were here. Right? So, it's that. So I want you guys to just pay attention. Really pay attention. Okay? Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention to how you're being guided. Stay in the flow. You've made it out. Embrace the emotions, but don't get caught up in the sauce. Don't get caught up in the sauce. Backtracking. Creating karma. Not good karma. For yourself. And for some of you, for your families, because it depends on who you're messing with. You can really be causing something that is lifelong damage. Okay? I love you guys. I have to go. I have to take care of some family business. I love every last one of you. You are absolutely amazing to me. Yep. I started to say something, but no. I know I'm still moving in silence a little bit. But it's all good. There's a whole lot going on behind the scenes. That's where you are, too. You've been quiet. People agitated about your quietness. But it's okay. You good. You are really good. And God is pleased with you. I'm so happy for you. Especially this person that cut it off. You need to cut it. And you did that. You did that. And you cut the situation off a while ago, but you cut the energy. You're not being sucked into any type of negative energy and all of those things. Be guided how you are guided online, what you're listening to. Be guided. Be guided. Choose to be guided in the lane that you need to be in. Okay? I love you guys so much. You're amazing. I choose to be guided. All right, guys. I love you. Good night. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the rivers fight. Thank you for hanging out with me. Good night. Transformation, it is so. I just hit the X and didn't do anything. I forgot. I'm like, yeah, okay, transformation, it is so. And know that it is so for you. Okay? In mind, body, soul, and spirit, which is what you are. Good night. Oh, go. Is there something else I'm supposed to say?